Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Brendan and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, it is great to have you. And today I'm going to be explaining why Bitcoin is bearish. Now, if you guys remember from yesterday's video, I made the case as to why Bitcoin was bullish. And today we're going to be looking at the other side of that coin and explain why Bitcoin is bearish. Now, I think that this is something that is exceedingly important, especially when it comes to investments or trading or anything of that nature, because any asset can go up and down in value, and it's very important to look at this from both sides of the coin. So if that sounds interesting at all, guys, today we are going to be breaking down all the reasons that Bitcoin is bearish and the projections to the downside that it could have. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive on into this, and if this does sound entertaining in any way, make sure you guys stick around for the entire length of the video, as there will be important information discussed the entire way through. So first things first, guys, the most obvious and one of the most significant of these points is that we are at triple layers of resistance right now. Now the first one, and by the way, we're on the 4-hour time scale. The first one of this is that we have this immediate micro trend line that we've been rejecting for quite some time on the 4-hour. Now initially we were looking at this as a parallel channel of sorts, but since then we have fallen down out of that to our secondary support line, which might I add is not very strong. And this is kind of the latch ditch effort for Bitcoin, because if it breaks here, it will ultimately form a lower swing low, and that could kind of lead to the end of the bull market. I mean, if you're forming a macro lower swing low, that could definitely be detrimental, and this would essentially be a break in the bull market that we have had since around March of 2020. Now, back to these layers of resistance, Bitcoin has, 3 layers here. Now, immediately we have the micro one, and if we zoom out, we can kind of see the macro of this massive parallel channel that it's been in. Now, since then, we've actually fallen down out of this, retested it once. We've came back up off of support and retested this area, not twice, but 3 times, and rejected it every single time. Now, since then, we've fallen all the way back down to support. We looked like we were going to have a golden cross reversal, but we since then had a bull trap and actually rejected this area on top of everything else. So now we still are in this death cross that we've been in since about September 4th of 2020. Now, the third form of resistance here, on top of the death cross, on top of the macro, on top of the micro trend line resistance, is we have the previous the previous bottom of our top range, which is now going to be the current resistance. So, so what we have over here is we have the bottom not once, not twice, but not 3 or even 4 times, 5 different swing times to the downside. Bitcoin bounced off of this area, and now what we're seeing is that Bitcoin is rejecting this area as what was previously support is now turned into resistance. Now, this is not what you want to see as a bull, obviously. Now, again, the bulls are going to make the argument that this is just a larger bull pennant in the large scheme of things, and that this guy's heading back up from here. But there are quite a bit of red flags to raise on Bitcoin, and to make yourself a little bit nervous and really kind of make you think twice. Now, below this, if Bitcoin is to break this recent swing low, what this would mean on a macro time scale is that this would actually be a lower swing low if it is to fall out of here. Now, this would kind of discredit and end the bull market, in my opinion, because when you are having macro lower swing highs and lower swing lows consistently over the course of like months, it starts to be discredited. And on top of this, you are breaking below your previous swing low range. So anything below this range is going to be pretty detrimental for the price of Bitcoin. Now, it could come back, and it looks like, it is bouncing off of here for now. But if it gets back down into this 9,000 and even below that 9,000 into this $8,000 range, I think that could be a big sign of weakness for Bitcoin. And as we're looking at it right now, this is really the last bit of support that Bitcoin has, right around this $10,000 area. And if it doesn't bounce here, I mean, it could make what we saw on Sunday and Monday look like a baby move. I mean, we moved 7% in a day, and this could easily be one of those 14% in a days, or maybe even like 20% in a couple of days or a week, or something of that lines. And before we even see the bounce, because over here, yes, we fell 7% to the downside, but we immediately started retracing and bouncing. And if ultimate macro support does end up breaking, this could go from bad to worse to like very ugly after that. So Bitcoin is hanging on by a thread right now, and I think that it's important to understand and look at that. Now, moving this over to the 1-day time scale, because again, this is a little bit of a more macro play. If Bitcoin breaks this 200 EMA, which is right around $9,800, I think, again, that will be another just key crucial area, because what that could mean is that this 50 EMA, this yellow line over here, could be coming down for a death cross. And if we get a death cross on the 1-day timescale anywhere in this area, I think that that could be a very problematic situation for Bitcoin moving into the end of 2020 and possibly even moving into 2021. Now, I know a lot of people have been very optimistic about 2021 and the year for Bitcoin and maybe what this winter or even next winter has in store, but this could not, I mean, this could very well be a driving factor for most bears if this does start pointing downwards and if we look like we are going to get a death cross. So on top of that, volume is falling off over here. This isn't what you want to see. The bullishness that we've already seen in this bounce on the daily has already started drying up. We're starting to go and about to go back into this bearish territory. The RSI has been going down for quite some time right now, and while it is not really doing anything because it's in a very neutral territory, most people, or at least I know a lot of people that are leaning bearish here. So it really kind of looks at which way you want to take this evidence, because clearly there is evidence for both of these sides, and pretty much no matter what way you look at technical analysis, you can always make an argument for both sides. So that's kind of the point of this video, is to present yesterday's bullishness in that video and then all of the bearishness in this video, and not for me to kind of tell you it's going to do one thing or another, but to ultimately open your minds, educate, and then let you guys make the decisions for yourselves, because nothing I say in these videos are legal, financial, or tax advice in any way. I'm just a normal trader and investor who loves publishing my thoughts onto YouTube for other people to learn from or even view for entertainment. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. I want to know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. Is this the macro reversal for Bitcoin? Are we heading into another bear market? Or is this just the beginning of something very, very bullish? Let me know in the comment section down below. I look forward to seeing your guys' comments. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video.